Hi guys, welcome back to Gen Sustainable. I hope you all are living an impactful and sustainable life. So, a few days back, I had made a video on top MBA colleges in India which focus on ESG and sustainability. And if you haven't seen that video, you can check it out here. It is available on this link. So you may check that video out. But after that video was out, I got a lot of requests from people to also make a video on master's colleges related to ESG and sustainability, as well as for colleges in India, colleges abroad, as well as free sustainability courses or part-time courses, correspondence courses, a lot of them. So I know this is a huge, vast topic. There are so many different courses, so many different colleges all over the world who are offering these courses. So I thought, let's take the little next step ahead and make a video on colleges offering master's courses related to ESG and sustainability in India. And after this video, also I am researching on colleges abroad as well as courses which are correspondence courses in India or free certification courses. So all of these videos will also be out soon. So keep watching Gen Sustainable. But till then, let's get into today's video. Now, before we start discussing the master's courses related to ESG and sustainability, there was one MBA course which I forgot to mention in the last video, so I'm covering that in this video. And that MBA course is by Amity University, Noida, which offers MBA in Natural Resource and Sustainable Development. Now, this course is again a 2-year full-time course which is on campus. Now, the eligibility criteria for this course is, as you can see on the screen, it is different for sponsored and non-sponsored candidates. So you can check it out as per your category. Then the fee structure for this course is also as shown on the screen. Now let's discuss the semester-wise courses which are offered in this program. So as you can see on the screen, during the first semester, you have subjects ranging from core subjects as well as special elective subjects. And some of the core courses for this are accounting for managers or applications of disruptive technology in business, managerial economics, marketing management, organizational behavior, statistics for management, as well as you also have to learn one foreign business language and take some elective courses. So the elective courses are also something like fundamentals of natural resources, introduction to sustainable development and sustainability. So this is a very important course with respect to ESG and sustainability. Then you have entrepreneurship and new venture creation. So these are broadly the courses offered in the first semester. Now moving to the second semester, as you can see on the screen, we have again core courses and elective courses. So core courses include business research method, financial management, human resource management, legal aspects of business, operations management, and also a foreign business language. And elective courses are quite interesting because they have fundamentals of ecology, green resource economics, natural resources planning and management, policy and policy instruments for natural resources, remote sensing, and GIS. So this was the broad overview for semester 2. Now moving to semester 3, which is in the second year. So here during the third semester, you have a summer internship, which is supervised independent or non-teaching credit course. Then you have a lot more electives in the third semester, but one of the core courses here is strategic management, and some of the elective courses are eco and wildlife tourism and wetland management, which I think is a very interesting course. Then we have environmental hazard risk assessment, disaster management, environmental impact assessment, and auditing. So I think this particular course is very important from the job perspective if you're interested in roles related to EIA. Then we have global climate change, renewable energy sources, solid waste management, stakeholders and their role in management of natural resources, water and wastewater treatment processes. You also have your foreign business language. So this was an overview for the third semester. Now moving to the fourth semester, as you can see on the screen, again we have core course of management in action, social, economic and ethical issues, and then we have a host of elective courses. But in the fourth semester you also have your dissertation, and you have elective courses like forest industries and marketing of its product. GIS and remote sensing is again back in the fourth semester. Livelihood issues and natural resources, management of medicinal plants and NTFPS, plantation management, sustainability reporting, and CSR. So again, this is a very important course if you are aspiring for a career in ESG, because sustainability reporting is very important for all of the ESG related roles. And there is the last course of watershed management. So I think this program has a host of courses which are important from job perspective, as well as they are also very interesting if you do not want to go in core corporate job and go more into research oriented or development oriented jobs. These courses would be very helpful to you, so you may consider this course if it suits your interest. So now that we have covered all of the MBA courses, let's move to the master's courses in ESG and sustainability which are offered in India. Now the first college is Tata Institute of Social Sciences. Now this institute has its campus at several locations in India, and they have a host of courses related to environment management, law, policy, social development. So I would recommend everyone to go through their website and explore the ton of courses that they have all across India. But talking from ESG and sustainability perspective, so the course which I found most relevant from all of the courses that they are offering is Masters of Science in Environment, Climate Change and Sustainability Studies. Now, to secure admission in TISS, you need to appear for the exams provided by NTA. So I have provided the link in the description below, and I recommend everyone to go through the website carefully and find out the requirements of the entrance exam and which subject is most suitable to you basis your background, and these course would be used for your admission in TISS. Now, the fee structure for this particular program is as shown on the screen, so you can pause and go through the fee structure. Now, again, this program has a lot of core courses as well as elective courses from which you can select. So let's go through the semester-wise courses offered in this program. So, as you can see on the screen, in the first semester, you'll have courses ranging from ideas of India and India's development experience, public policies, ecosystem habitat and sustainability, introduction to climate studies, environmental and natural resource economics, political economy of development in India, geospatial analysis for environmental studies, environmental impact assessment and social impact assessment. And then you have research methods 1 and 2, qualitative and quantitative. Then in the second semester, you have field practicum, understanding diverse socio-ecological systems, natural resource governance, vulnerability, adaptation, livelihoods, energy and climate change, monitoring and evaluation in environmental and sustainability, GHG accounting and carbon markets. Then you have a host of electives from which you can choose, as shown on the screen, and you have an internship. Then in the third semester, you have global climate and environmental governance, perspective on science, technology, and society, environmental and sustainability analytics, gendered social vulnerability and climate change, economics of climate change, and you have your stage 1 of dissertation where you have to write the proposal, and you also have a research practicum in environment and sustainability. And then in fourth and final semester, you have data and environmental policy, sustainable finance, and the second stage of your dissertation. So this course gives a good balance on the environment as well as the social aspect of ESG. So along with ESG and environment focused roles, you would also be eligible to apply for CSR roles. So CSR is also a very growing sector right now along with ESG, and I think this course will open your doors to not just one sector but two sectors. So it's a very important course to consider if you're looking forward to work in this field. Now the second course which I found very relevant from TIS is Masters of Science in Disaster and Climate Risk Assessment for Sustainability. Now the eligibility for this course is similar to the first one, so the eligibility criteria for all the courses at TIS is same, so you may refer to the NTA website given in the link. And the fee structure for this course is as shown on the screen. Now moving to the semester wise courses offered in this program are so in the first semester you have courses ranging from framing disasters, vulnerability, risk, resilience and development, earth system science and ecosystem perspective in disaster, fundamental of geospatial science and technology for disaster management, humanitarian practices in disaster and climate context, policy and institutions for DRR and climate change, Indian knowledge system and disaster, advanced satellite image processing and analysis, experimental learning lab. Then in the second semester, as you can see on the screen, you have disaster management and climate action, research methodology and ethics for disaster management, project management in disaster context, economics of disaster governance and disaster planning, Indian knowledge system, which focuses on disaster, nature and risk in Indian context, thematic specialization, experimental learning lab. In the third semester, you have understanding risk, introduction to risk assessment, data analytics for risk assessment, urban risk assessment, sustainability and risk management, and you also have to do an internship. And in the fourth and final semester, you have data analytics for risk management, advances in hazard specific risk assessment, applied data analytics for disaster and climate risk assessment, and a research topic. So overall, I feel this course is focused more on data management and data analytics. So if you're interested in especially in roles related to data management and data analytics, you should opt for this course. And there are a lot of openings coming up right now in data analytics, statistics, using AI technology for data management and data analytics. So I think this course will be very important if you're looking something from that perspective. The next college is TERI School of Advanced Studies, and as you can see on the screen, TERI also provides lots of courses, master's courses related to sustainability and ESG. So I would recommend you all to go through all of these programs and check out what courses are offered in each of these programs and where your interest actually aligns and sits, so that you can make an informed decision before choosing your program. But the program which I feel out of these, the most relevant one for ESG and overall sustainability related jobs would be MA in Sustainable Development Practices. So now let's have an overview of the courses offered during the 2-year program. So as you can see on the screen, during semester 1, you have core courses related to global classroom integrated approach to sustainable development, qualitative approaches and methods for development practice, current advances in environmental science, themes and perspectives on development, law, society and sustainable development, principles of economics. Then moving to semester 2, as you can see on the screen, again we have all core courses, and the first one is group practicum, which is related to community needs assessment. Then we have population health and sustainable development analytical perspective. Then we have integrated impact assessment, development economics, gender in development practice, fundamentals of environment, social and governance, ESG principles. So I think this course is the most important one if you want to work in ESG, management of development organizations. Then moving to the third semester, you have a host of courses, but the core courses are minor projects, public health and development issues and methods, project design and management for sustainable development practice, contemporary public health issues and emerging approaches. Then you have public policy processes and institutions. And as you can see on the screen, there are a host of elective courses from which you can choose. I would suggest that if you're interested in core ESG related roles, you should go with the course of sustainability reporting, because it will give you an overview of reporting basis GRI or TCFD, CSRD, BRSR, etc. So don't miss this course if you're especially looking for ESG roles. And in the fourth and the final semester, as you can see on the screen, you only have your project work. Now, the eligibility criteria for this program is an undergraduate degree in any discipline, and candidates who have experience in the development sector would be given preference, but it's not mandatory. And you also need to appear for common university entrance test. The link is in the description, and the scores of this test would also be considered for your application process. So make sure you go through the website well to understand more about the entrance exam. And the fee structure for all of the master's courses in TERI is as shown on the screen, so you can pause and look at the fee structure. Now, the next institution offering a master's program is IIT Madras, which offers an M.Sc in Sustainable Development in collaboration with University of Birmingham. So here you have an option to spend your semesters partially at IIT Madras and partially at the University of Birmingham. Now, the eligibility here is different for students from UK or outside of India and students from India. So the eligibility of non-Indian students is as shown on the screen, and the eligibility for Indian students is as shown on the screen, so you can pause and have a look at it. Now, the fee structure here differs if you opt for track 1 or track 2. So in track 1, you spend only 1 semester in IIT Madras and 3 semesters in the University of Birmingham. So your fees would be as shown on the screen. And in track 2, you would be spending 3 semesters at IIT Madras and 1 semester at University of Birmingham. So now your fee structure would differ and it would be as shown on the screen. So I think this course is very useful for those who want a dual exposure of Indian systems as well as the UK system. And if you plan to move abroad after your studies, I think this course would give you good networking opportunities, as you would be spending a few semesters depending on the track you choose in the University of Birmingham. So yeah, this is a good course to consider if you are planning to move abroad after your studies. The next institution is Christ University, which offers Masters of Science in Sustainable Development. Now, Christ University Bangalore also has a 2-year full-time program. And as you can see on the screen, the courses covered during the first year of this program are research methodology, economics of growth and development, integrated approaches to sustainable development practices, economic development, gender and sustainability, environmental economy, energy and sustainable development. And then during second year, you have corporate social responsibility, corporate governance and development, education for sustainable development, management of social welfare and non-governmental organizations, project planning and management. So I feel this course has an inclination more towards CSR, but at the same time they also have aspects of environment and ecology. But if you are specifically interested in career related to CSR, social development, I think this is a very good course to consider. Now, the next university is Bharati Vidyapeeth University in Pune, and this university offers the program of Joint International Masters for Environmental Sustainability. Now, this is a very interesting course because here you have a joint program between Bharati Vidyapeeth University in Pune as well as the University of Cologne in Germany, and you get to study at both the universities. So talking about the syllabus, as you can see on the screen, for semester 1, you have 2 different tracks. So the first track is if you're attending your semester 1 in Bharati Vidyapeeth University, Pune. And here you have subjects like research methodology and sustainability science, geographic information system, sustainable development, introduction to ecosystem concepts and techniques, environmental management. And at the same time, if you have opted to attend your first semester in the University of Cologne in Germany, then your first semester would have again courses like research methodology and sustainability science, geographic information systems, sustainable development. And here you have a few subjects which are different, like geosphere and hydrosphere, environmental law. Then in the second semester, all of the students would be attending university or college lectures in Bharati Vidyapeeth University, Pune. And here you will have subjects like advances in sustainability science, advanced approaches to ecosystem sustainability, satellite image analysis and processing, climate change. And apart from that, you would also have a few elective subjects like ESG and sustainability, environment management technique, big data analysis, environmental disaster risk reduction and management, climate change assessment tools, ISO 14064 certification. And then in the third semester, all the students have the opportunity of attending college lectures in the University of Cologne in Germany. And here you would have courses like advances in sustainability science 2, global citizenship education, and then you have an internship and elective modules. So again, your elective modules would include ecosystem and landscape dynamics, environmental economics, environmental pollution, environmental modeling, analysis of environmental time series, meteorology, individual advanced modules. And then in semester 4, you can either choose to be at Bharati Vidyapeeth University, Pune, or in the University of Cologne in Germany, and you have to undertake your master's thesis in the fourth semester. So all in all, I feel this program gives you a very good exposure to data analysis related to environment and climate change. And I feel people who are especially interested in data analytics part, or who already have some background in computer science, engineering, and no coding, or any other statistics and data related modeling, I think would have a better inclination to this course, because now you're not just handling data, but you have your niche of handling data related to environment, sustainability, and climate change. So this is a very good course to consider if your inclination aligns. And the eligibility criteria for this course is as shown on the screen, wherein majorly you should have your bachelor's degree completed in one of the streams related to science or social science or engineering. And apart from that, you should have 50% marks during graduation. And apart from all of these requirements, you also have to appear for a common entrance test, that is CET. And basis all of your scores, you would be called for an interview, and basis your interview, the final decision would be taken for admission. The next university is SGT University in Gurugram, which offers Masters of Science in Environmental Sustainability. Now, the eligibility for this program, as you can see on the screen, is BSc in either environmental science, life science, agriculture, or any non-medical course, or BTech or BE in environmental, civil, or chemical, or equivalent degree from a recognized university with 50% marks. And as you can see on the screen, some of the key modules covered during this program are environmental chemistry and pollution, environmental impact assessment and auditing, sustainable waste management, green economy and sustainable building design, remote sensing, geographic information system, sustainable resource management, climate change adaptation, and geosciences. So I feel again this course is very important if you are especially interested in environment related aspects such as EIA or auditing, which gets covered during the course, as well as you also get a good exposure to geographic information system and geosciences, which would help you secure positions in geospatial data analysis or big data analysis related to environmental sustainability. And the fee structure here is rupees 40,000 per semester for each of the 4 semesters. So you can take a note of that. The next university is Azim Premji University, which offers M.Sc in climate change and sustainability. Now, in this particular course, the time duration is flexible depending on your previous qualifications. So, if you have completed a 4 years bachelor's or a bachelor's plus master's program, then you can complete the entire program in 1 year. However, if you have your undergraduate degree, which was of 3 years, then you need to opt for 2 years program. However, this is a full-time program in the Bangalore campus. And as you can see on the screen, the courses offered during the 2 year program are safe operating spaces, planetary boundaries, social foundation and just transformation, inclusive renewable energy transition, research methods for climate and sustainability, life cycle assessment for sustainability. Then there is an optional track where you can take any one of the following from nature-based solution and biodiversity or climate investment and risk. Then you have sustainability matrix and reporting framework, geospatial analysis for climate and sustainability applications. Again, there is another optional set from which you can select any one course, which is sustainable water management, air quality for climate and sustainability, sustainable solid waste management. Then you have sustainability advocacy and communication, systems thinking for climate and sustainability action. And the next optional track is applied problem solving for climate and sustainability. You have an internship as well as you have to complete a thesis. Again, this course offers a very holistic perspective from the environmental side. So if you're interested in environmental data analytics or climate change data analytics, as well as if you're interested in ESG related aspects like sustainability reporting, I think this course would be very, very helpful for you. So you may go through the syllabus in detail and make an informed decision. Now, the next institute is Indian Institute for Human Settlements, IIHS. And this college as well offers about 4 different courses for master's program. But out of all of them, the most relevant one from ESG and sustainability point of view are Masters of Science in Sustainability Science and Practice and Masters of Science in Climate Change Science and Practice. Now, as you can see on the screen, both of these programs have a host of courses to select from core modules, electives, practical modules, interdisciplinary electives, which are also practica, and then also related to method. So I would suggest you to pause the video for a moment and look at the courses offered in each of the courses. And as you can see from both of these programs, from the courses offered, there is a very wide mix of topics ranging from data analytics to subjects related to sustainable cities, sustainable infrastructure, climate change modeling. So both of these courses are unique in their own way, and I would request to align your career interests well with the courses offered in both the programs and take the right decision as per your interest area. The next institute is SIES Institute of Environment Management, and this institute offers M.Sc in Sustainable Development and Environment Management. Now, this is again a 2 year full-time course with 4 semesters, and the eligibility criteria is a BSc or a BE degree. And as you can see on the screen, the curriculum offered here is during the first semester, you have subjects like environmental chemistry, environmental microbiology, environmental physics and statistics, environmental monitoring, ecology and biodiversity, and practicals 1. Then during the second semester, as you can see on the screen, you have unit operations and processes, air and noise pollution, prevention and control, water pollution, prevention and control, environmental compliance requirements, solid waste management, and practicals 2. Then during the third semester, again, as you can see on the screen, you have industrial safety and hygiene, environmental management tools, design of water, wastewater treatment system, sustainability and CSR 1, environmental monitoring and computer application, and dissertation and placement grooming. And during the fourth semester, you have information and communication technology, sustainability and CSR 2, risk management, and an in-plant training for 3 months. So the aspect which I like the most about this course is that they are offering in-house training for placement, which will again sharpen your knowledge and technique and would also improve your communication skills related to finding a job, reaching out to network, as well well as interviews. So I think from this perspective, this course looks very, very nice. And apart from that, they also have an internship program which is in the plant of an industry. So this will give you a very good exposure to industrial practices and help you to identify how sustainability or CSR or health and safety measures are implemented at the ground level, which can give you an edge over having a robust career in industry. The next and the last university for today is IISc Bangalore, which offers an M.Tech in sustainable technology. And this is again a 2-year full-time program, and the eligibility criteria for this program is, as you can see from the screen, you need to appear for any one of the gate papers mentioned here, and the application and the admission process is based 100% on your gate scores. Now, the courses offered during the 2-year program are, as you can see on the screen, Design Technology and Sustainability, Sustainable Energy and Environment Lab, Environmental and Natural Resource Management, Principles and Applications of GIS and Remote Sensing, Turbo Machines in Renewable Energy, Mathematical Analysis for Experimental Data, Physics in Experiments and Classic Statistics, Field Hydrology, River Engineering and Basin Studies, Sustainable Wastewater Management, Separation Technologies for Sustainable Industrial Process, Concrete Technology, Fundamentals and Sustainable Practices, Basic Concepts of Planning and Design of Hydromechanical Components in Dams, Green Catalyst in Chemical Industries, Renewable Energy, Sustainable Materials, Sustainable Water Management, Environmental Analytical Chemistry, Data Analytics, Machine Learning and Artificial Intelligence, Low Carbon Infrastructure, Ecology, Climate and Built Environment. So as you can notice from this syllabus is that it has a good focus on data analytics as well as research, and this is majorly focused towards mechanical and chemical engineering sides. So if you have an inclination towards technology, research, technological enhancement, you can opt for this course, and this course will further open doors for opportunities like PhD or research opportunities, as well as in core industrial processes where you have to deal with day-to-day functioning of machinery or chemicals and day-to-day functioning of dams and other facilities. So if your inclination lies towards these subjects, you can opt for this course. So now we have covered MBA colleges in our previous video, and now we have covered masters related courses in this video. So I know you must be having a very important question of whether you should go for an MBA or whether you should go for a master's course. So let's have some analysis and discussion to make the final decision. So first and foremost, think about your career goals. So if your career goals or your career interest is in things like data analytics or research and development, or working in an industry where you can actually build products, sustainable products, or you can work on sustainable infrastructure. So if your inclination is towards hardcore science, technology, research development, then you should definitely opt for a master's program. And if your inclination is more towards managerial positions like stakeholder engagement, discussing with other businesses or companies of what their sustainability requirements are, and if you think soft skills is your asset, if you're good at communication, networking, building a base of clients, servicing clients of what they require on the softer sides of sustainability like sustainability report, sustainability strategy, so then you should opt for an MBA degree, because MBAs will give you an exposure to managerial positions, while a master's program would give you more exposure towards research development and analytical programs. The next parameter is how much experience do you already have. So if you already have a few years of experience in any sector and you want to make a shift to sustainability sector, then you should opt for an MBA, because now you can leverage your sector knowledge with sustainability knowledge and make a move in corporates or consulting. But if you are a fresher who is just out of college, and especially from technical courses like engineering or science, economics, and want to explore more on the technical aspects, so you should definitely opt for a master's. That being said, you can also choose for for a master's similar to MBA if you want to change your stream totally, or if you want to specialize in your particular stream more into sustainability. So for example, if you are an engineering student, you have studied mechanical engineering, then you can do a master's in say sustainable technologies and further leverage your engineering and data analytics skills with some knowledge of sustainable technology and get a job in positions related to sustainability or sustainable product development, sustainable infrastructure management, etc. But then say if you have completed your engineering and mechanical engineering say 4 to 5 years back, and you have been working in a corporate job and now you want to make a shift, say from a technical position to a more managerial position where you can do business development for your company with related to sustainable products, or doing business deals related to sustainability, or you want to transition entirely from corporate to consulting into sustainability, then you should go for an MBA in sustainability. The next aspect to consider is what are the type of skills you want to develop or acquire to make your next career move. So for example, if you have already been working say in a consulting organization and already have some experience of consulting for clients on different aspects, maybe management consulting or financial consult, and now you want to make a switch to sustainability, but you have no idea about even the basics of sustainability, like how is reporting done, or how is GHG accounting done, or why sustainability matters, how you can make products sustainable, then you can definitely opt for a master's course, because that will give you an edge or a better understanding of technical aspects related to environment and sustainability, because you already have the managerial or soft skills required. But that being said, if on the other hand, if you're a person who has a good command over technical knowledge and technical skills, data analysis, artificial intelligence, all of that, and you're looking towards developing your soft skills better to make the next move, say go to a leadership position, take the promotion in your organization, then I would suggest that you should do an MBA right now, because MBA will help you develop your soft skills and can take you from say an analytical role to a managerial role. Now, the next very important aspect to consider is return on investment. So how much would you be investing on all of these masters or MBA program, and what is the type of salary you can expect after that? So as you must have observed in both the videos, the fees for masters program is comparatively quite less compared to the fees for MBA programs. So if you do not have a lot of financial backup at the moment and you still want to make a switch, then you should consider a master's course. And that being said, the salary which you will get now, MBA grads generally tend to get a little higher salary than a master's grad. But that being said, the difference is not very high. The difference is not greater than say 10 to 20% in most of the roles I have observed. So your return on investment is good in both the scenarios. And yeah, and all of these numbers are only for the beginning few years of your career. As you develop more experience, skills, expertise, and you move up the ladder, I think the salaries from both the roles or from any educational background is completely dependent on how well you have developed your skills and knowledge, and not relevant much to what degree you hold. So I would suggest that after any degree that you opt, whether it's master's or MBA, make sure that you keep learning and keep developing your skills, and that's how you can get higher salary. But that being said, if any of you have a different observation apart from this related to salaries after masters and MBA, so do let me know in the comments below, so that we have a fair and transparent information about salaries and ROI handy with all of us. So that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video and got some insights about the master's program after the MBA program. And apart from this, I am also currently researching on distance learning programs, fee certification courses that can help you transition into ESG and sustainability, as well as colleges for masters and MBA out of India. So keep watching this link for all the new videos which would come up. Until then, stay impactful, stay and sustainable. Bye bye.